Hello there, folks. How are we all doing tonight on this wonderful Friday evening? How is it going? I've been very tired. Yesterday, I don't know what hit me, but I took a nap. I was like, I'm just going to take a quick nap after school. And then I woke up from the nap. I didn't check my phone, but I was like, I'm still a little bit tired. So then I proceeded to take a nap again. And then I woke up again. I still didn't check my phone, but I was like, I'm still pretty tired, so I'm just going to take a nap again. And then the next time I woke up, it was 7 in the morning the next day. So that wasn't that great. Not one of my proudest moments, I have to say. But, it happened. What can you do about it? How was your guys' week, though? Before we get into the stream, we are going to, of course, get into our wonderful word of the day. Let's transition over to the theater. So, we are at the theater. We are going to premiere our word of the day. What is the word of the day on this Friday evening, Friday, January 23rd, 2026? It is gesticulation. Is gesticulation. A gesture, especially a dramatic one, used instead of speaking or to emphasize one's words. He punctuated his speech with wild gesticulations. I actually am taking a public speaking class. It's part of one of my general education classes. And ironically enough, I was always taught that, you don't want to be too crazy with your hands, but tasteful hand movements are appreciated. But in the class, we had a teacher who's really against using your hands. So for a guy like me who kind of I use my hands a lot when I'm speaking, it's kind of hard. Kind of hard for a guy like me. Let's get how it's supposed to be pronounced just to make sure that we're not making a fool of ourselves.
Gesticulation.
Gesticulation. Let's get it one more time.
Gesticulation.
Gesticulation. All right. So, with that out of the way, let's head on into the Jade Room. Yow. Whoa. That was bright. Okay. Get out of here, girl. So, let's take a look at the history real quick. Let's check the history. Okay. So it's not been the worst. We definitely have been in lower streaks, but we're kind of just teetering around here. Look at that. Ugh. Ugh. Yuck. Alright. But yeah, we're kind of just teetering around second and third place, and then occasionally getting that. This last win, oof, that was a good one. That was a crazy win. I'm kind of just hoping to pick up that momentum. We're almost out of Novice. I'd really, really like to be out of Novice soon. But we will see. All we wanted to find out is get out of the bronze room, and let's get to it. I'm also taking sorry for the yawn. I'm also taking a women in cinema class, which has been pretty fun. It's we haven't really watched a single what I would call a good movie yet. That's not me trying to be fuck all women directors. I think we've only watched one movie directed by women right now. Wow, this hand's okay. But what I have found is that there are a lot of people in the class who just stress me out. Straight up. There's this one. Oh, okay. This is nice. Let's get rid of you. There's one person in the class who she kind of has I would describe it as the white liberal thing of kind of making the conversation orbit around themselves, and really just kills the vibe. There was this guy in the class, he's being very vulnerable, and he was just talking about how he's it really, in a context of a documentary that we watched called This Changes Everything, where it talked about women's depiction in film as well as their place in the filmmaking industry. He talked about how as a Southeastern Asian guy, it really upsets the way that a post sometimes too, and it's I don't know, just read the room, man. This is stressing me out. I have a friend who sits on the other side of the class, and the entire time we were just texting each other, being dude, I'm freaking out right now. Oh my god. Oh, dude, I'm sorry. Don't give me the eyes. Okay. Let's get rid of this. There was a girl like that in my script analysis class who was constantly bragging about her modern day lesbian adaptation of Carrie that she wrote. That's fire. I send her number my way. I want to get a read of that. How are you doing today, Jared? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, no, it was fine. Well, that's good. Fine's better than bad. But she was just I don't know. It was a really just strange interaction. Everyone hated her. She was very annoying. I have to imagine. I don't think the kind of person who goes into a script analysis class and talks about their all lesbian adaptation of Carrie is someone who's looking to make friends. I think they're looking to, oh shit. Well, that would have been good to keep that earlier. It's fine though. I don't think they're going in there to not make enemies per se, but I guess they're there to move people emotionally. Oh, that's nice. Get rid of the 6. But yeah, then there's this older guy too, who he's like, again, he does like the thing of like kind of being like, I read an article about this lately, and it actually was pretty eye-opening. And it was one of those things where it's like, I feel like a lot of times we get so hung up on this idea of like intelligence being linked to like, what's the word for it exactly? Oh, that would have been good to keep that. Specifically linked to like stuff like, your ability, your literacy or whatever, and your ability to, we'll take that, and your ability to like articulate your thoughts incredibly well. But like, I would say that, like, the guy in the class who was talking about, Southeast Asian representation in film was, he was talking about a lot of lived experience, and it was very personal. And then this old guy was like, there actually was this really interesting article I read about how, he asked him, he was like, can I ask you a rhetorical question? Which I'm pretty sure, I'd have to, like, ask Leo, because he was there when it happened, so maybe he'll, like, have a better understanding of what exactly I'm saying. But I feel like what the guy said was not what the word rhetorical means. I think he got a little bit confused. Basically, he was like, there used to be this, this guy, this dark, I don't know what the race of the man was, but, this, like, darker skinned guy who, we can cheat that. And we'll get rid of that, and we'll put on auto reachie. So, Leo's in the theater right now watching Fellowship thing. Really? I would have never guessed that he would do that. Okay, I'll say it, Jared. And, this is coming from me. Not to say that me and Leo are, like, two peas in a pod and that we share the exact same taste on everything, because we especially do not. But we do have very similar movie tastes. And I want to say, I haven't seen The Fellowship of the Ring since I was a child. But I really liked it. I like The Fellowship. I like the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I remember I really... Oh, this is going to throw it on the door tile. It's going to hurt. Okay, I really liked the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I really didn't like the Hobbit movies. I remember that was one thing. I really didn't like the Hobbit movies. I found them to be incredibly boring. Ooh. But, anyways, you do have to potentially open up to your heart to the fact that Leo is going to watch... Ooh, get Rond. You have to open up your heart to the fact that Leo will potentially watch these critically acclaimed movies and despise them. Nice. Look at that, 8,000. I haven't seen the Hobbit movies. I love those films, so I fully believe he's going to give it, like, 2 stars. Yeah, which is really sad, because he will, like, gaslight you into believing that you are a crazy person for liking the Lord of the Rings movies. They're great movies. But I want to say I'm backing you on this one. You are not crazy. Oh, shit. You are not crazy if you say, oh, shit. Ah. You're not crazy to like the Lord of the Rings movies. The Lord of the Rings movies are good. We had this combo earlier, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. Well, okay, hold on a second. Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, I don't think is that great of a movie. I think it's fine. It's a movie that I have repeatedly lost interest in as time has gone on, and I think it is a very ugly-looking movie. I think it's atrocious. And I remember before it came out, when I was just seeing like behind the scenes set photos, I was really excited for it. And I was excited for it. I thought it was gonna be a pretty cool movie. But I remember as we were watching it, I was like, probably saw my take on the box. I might have, but I was watching with my girlfriend, and she was like, I was telling her, I was like, yeah, they built the boat that was used. That they did that. They built it. It's like the actual boat. And my girlfriend was like, there's no way. Not because it's like, it's so unimaginable to build a boat, but just because it looked so fake. And that was kind of like how I felt also throughout like almost every scene in that movie. It was just like, this constant feeling of like, I know these sets are practical because they talked about how they're practical. But I don't believe you. It just looks bad, And I know this might upset you, Jared, but I had the same feeling when I went to go to the James Cameron Q&A about Avatar, and a bunch of the production team was there, and they talked about how there were a ton of real sets used for the Avatar movies. And not to say I like don't believe them per se, but it's a thing where it's like I didn't see it, you know? I whatever work they did for that movie in terms of making it, you know, be a blend of, you know, these computer generated effects as well as these, you know, all of this stuff, it doesn't come across to me. It doesn't look like that at all. After it does look CG, but I like how those films look, so I don't really care. I don't know. I think they look... Yeah, I was talking with my mom, where, like, you know, my mom's, like, a very positive... It's very rare for my mom to, like, watch a movie and to be like, I really didn't like that movie. But I remember after watching Avatar, and especially like after, like, you know, listening to the Q&A of all these professionals talk about the movie in, like, a fairly passionate way, you know? It wasn't really, like, the best Q&A in the world. But, you know, I will say, here's one thing, Jared, that you can do towards, if you want to be parasocial. James Cameron, I think, is a really cool guy. And it really came across to me because during that Q&A, the guy who was talking to them clearly only cared about talking to James Cameron. But James Cameron always did such a effortless job of navigating the conversation so that it would go to other people on the team. Like, he would be like, oh, you know, like, the work that so-and-so did with this, and the work that, this person did with that, you know, it was very effortless, and I thought that he did a very good job of making everyone on the team feel like seen and appreciated. Which I think, you know, it's less so of like, I think James Cameron was doing that because he kind of like immediately realized he was like, this interviewer is not very good at his job. But you know, it was a trait that I admired from him, that I came out of the movie being like, I have a newfound appreciation for James Cameron the human being rather than James Cameron the director, you know? Because as a director, I watched, you know, I just watched Avatar. Oh shit. I watched Avatar 3 for the second time, and I was equally, if not more, bored than I was the first time. And, you know, then I was having to listen to James Cameron talk about how he was like, I don't know. I was telling my mom, because my mom was like, yeah, they keep forcing to make these movies. And I was like, believe me, Mom, I think the only person forcing themselves to make these movies is James Cameron. I think James Cameron loves making Avatar movies, and I think that he is probably the biggest reason as to why more of these movies get made. Because I think even, like, you know, at the time 20th Century Fox and then now Disney feel that, rightfully so, that every time they make a new Avatar movie, they're playing with fire in the sense that they're like, you know, we don't know if this movie is going to bomb or if it's going to do that. But, you know, I listened to James Cameron be there, and he was like, you know, there's so many details about these movies that you don't even recognize. Like, do you ever wonder why the Kintoon have the tattoos on their eyes? It's because the Na'vi, the water, the tattoos on their eyes. And I'm like, in my mind, it's straight up, I'm like, I thought the whales just looked like that. I didn't even realize that those were supposed to be tattoos. Maybe I'm just, you know, maybe I just didn't see his vision that clearly, but that's just me. But no, it's clear that he loves these movies. He loves doing Avatar. And good on him, you know? This is a retirement passion project. I just, you know, I think, I don't even know how to describe it as a retirement passion project, because it does seem like, especially when listening to him talk in the interview, in the Q&A, it seems like he wants to make movies besides Avatar, but he feels like he has this idea to himself where he's like, I gotta finish Avatar first. What do we throw down that's safe? We're throwing down you. Like, he's like, I want to make movies other than Avatar. I think that he overestimated how long Avatar would take to do. And I think it's kind of getting to him in a way. Of being like, you know, this is a lot more of a commitment than I thought it would be. Maybe I just don't know him that well. But every time he talks about the language of Avatar, he talks about how it's like he really wants to rush it out, not because the fact... It didn't really come across to me because he wanted to rush it out because he's just so fired up about it. He didn't even want to get it out because he's like, I really, you know, I want to complete this story. I want to complete this epic that I've been building up for decades now. And then I can start making other movies. I think we've wasted a lot of times in the 2010s. Yeah, I mean, definitely. That's not good. It's not terrible either. Okay, we're still ahead. Not by a really comfortable amount, but we're doing okay. I think the only reason why Avatar got made was because Disney built the land. That's, fair enough. Jared, I actually was gonna ask you this, but I don't have your phone number, so I can't reach out to you on, on non-social media sites anymore. Who do you think had the idea to make Avatar Land? Do you think it was James Cameron, or do you think Disney was like, we'd make a lot of bank doing Avatar Land? I was having this talk with my mom, because my mom was really surprised when I told her that. I was like, yeah, there's going to be an Avatar Land in California Adventure. And she was like, what? Why? And I was like, well, because there's one in Florida. And she's like, they made one in Florida? It was Iger. Really? Okay. So Iger's had, like, he had a lot of faith in the franchise? Because to me, I don't really understand why we do an Avatar Land. Not because, but again, like, conceptually makes sense. It is the highest grossing, like, trilogy ever made, right? Am I crazy for that? Because definitely not the highest grossing media franchise, because, there's just, like, been more, like, Marvel movies and stuff than there have been, other movies or whatever. I guess Potter Land Universal, this was 2009. I thought Avatar was going to be the next Harry Potter. Oh! Was it really 2009 when Avatar Land was announced? Because I remember I went to... The only time I ever went to Disney World was when I was... Ooh, that's good. It was when I was going into 7th grade. And I remember, as soon as I got back, there was, like, a news thing where they were like, construction has begun on Avatar Land at Animal Kingdom. And I was like, dude, I wish that was there, because when I went to Animal Kingdom, there was nothing there. Straight up. Listen, no hate, I mean, not too much hate to the Animal Kingdom, of course, but there really is nothing there. So you bought the rights and started working on Avatar, which most part took 5 years to make. But is that just, like, pure, like, Imagineering stuff? Or is that, like, even going into, like, like, just total? So it opened in 2017. Okay. So it opened the year after I went, I think. It had a lot of delays, I can imagine. That's kind of par for the course for Avatar. Ooh, this is nice. We're gonna go ballsy with it? Let's do it. Auto repeat time. Yeah, because I don't remember seeing, like, any construction for it at Animal Kingdom. But also, to be fair, I didn't really spend a lot of time at Animal Kingdom, because I thought it was kind of boring. Animal Kingdom is my second favorite Walt Disney World park. Well, can I also say my other hot take, which I don't know if you'll disagree with or not, but I also think that Disney World is, like, kind of lame. For having so many parks, there's not really, like, a lot to do at any of them. Like, when I went to Animal Kingdom, which even now that I'm thinking about it, I guess I would go as far to say it probably is in, like, it's in the upper echelon of stuff, but it's like, when I went there, I went to Animal Kingdom, and I did, Expedition Everest and Dinosaur, and those were, like, the 2 rides that I did, and then I was like, everything else, I was like, this is kind of boring. Heyo! Hoo-yah! They're spread too thin. Yeah, I mean, and then Hollywood Kingdom was fine. I remember I was there when it was the year that I went the year that the Great Movie Ride was shutting down. And I remember the ride I went on it like 3 times. I was just like, this movie ride's awesome, this ride's so cool. Because I was like, I love movies, and it was so awesome. But I remember I went on it 3 times, and on the last time when it broke down, we went on it. I remember they were like, well, it's closing anyways, so, like, you guys can just, like, walk around. Not, like, walk around, like, and, like, touch stuff, but, like, you guys can, like, we have to do the evacuation, so, like, you can just, like, walk. We'll just, like, take the long way so you guys can, like, walk around, and, just look at stuff. And it was so cool. I love the Great Movie Ride. That was really cool. But, yeah, it was really cool to walk around it, and yeah. But, and their Tower Terror was fine. Rock and Roller Coaster, I have a story from Rock and Roller Coaster, which I think it's a very, it's a story where I feel like I don't know if I'm gonna gauge and see if whether or not people are gonna be either extremely upset at me for telling the story, or if they're gonna be like, oh, like, this is, the guy was in the wrong for this. So, keep in mind, we're in Rock and Roller Coaster. Oh shit, that's really bad. Is it folding time? It might be folding time. We're just gonna be careful with this hand, per se. Anyways, We're on Rock and Roller Coaster. We're in the line. And, you know, Rock and Roller Coaster, at the time, was Rock and Roller Coaster featuring Aerosmith. And I was, like, 12 years old. Or maybe 13. And I just was, like... I remember going on it. And I was, like... You know, I was a 12-year-old. So I was, like, saying it so definitively. And I was in line. I was like, dude, you know, why would they make a ride about Aerosmith? Like, who gaff about Aerosmith? It still is? I thought that it's, like, under construction to be Muppets now. I thought that it was, like, closed or something. Anyways, for the sake of the story, it was, it was Rock and Roller Coaster, and I was like, why would they make a ride about these guys who gaff about, who gaff about Aerosmith? And this guy, this complete stranger in front of me, got, like, so mad at me, like an actual child, for being like, who cares about Aerosmith? Because he was like, you don't understand, bro. Like, Aerosmith, it's legendary. It's a legendary band. And, like, he was getting so pissed at me, and I was like, dude, who gaff? Like, R&R is supposed to have interchanging bands, and then others you imagine just didn't care. That's fair, you know. I liked Rock and Roller Coaster. It was fun. It's a fun ride. That's it. Straight up. Throw it at you. It feels like it would be pretty expensive for them to have different bands. You know? It seems like one of those things that, it's like, you could tell, like, you know, they thought it'd be, like, a cool idea, and they were, like, looking up, like, you know, music rights for bands, and they were like, fuck, this is bad. This is tough. Uh-oh. Throwing at you. So the queue is always terrible. I mean, again, you know, it wasn't an impressive child me. Child me was watching it and being like, dude, who gaff about Aerosmith? And then, you know, getting yelled at by like a 45-year-old man. Being like, you know, you don't understand, man. It's epic. And I'm like, dude, I don't gaff. Sorry. I just don't care. Okay. We might not have to... No! Okay. Oh, no. Okay, it wasn't crazy big, which is good. And we're still in second. Not by a very big amount, to be honest. We'll have to see. Superb... Okay, we're gonna kill you. We're just gonna see. What's your thing? Oh, you deserve to be, brought to the slaughter. I think we gotta kill this guy. Alright, so let's get rid of... What are we gonna go for? It's not a Westwind. Dude, what the fuck? We're gonna actually kill this guy. I think the Muppets thing is very dumb, even though I love the Muppets because the ride is too intense for the IP. But the Muppets are crazy. They're chaotic. I think that the Muppets, if they made a roller coaster, it'd be a little fucked up. Because the Muppets are like, you know, they're crazy people. They're crazy... Well, they're not people, they're Muppets. But you get what I'm saying. They're letting an animal loose in there? He's gonna kill people. He's gonna kill a guy. Straight up. Throw him down to the north. But maybe, you know, maybe it might be a little bit. The problem is that the ride is all indoors. That too. I remember, like, you know, especially at the time, I wasn't really, like, a fan of, like, really intense rides like that. Like, I was the kind of kid that was like, I can't go on California Screaming, it's too scary. So I remember we walked in there, and it you know, it ended up being, like, a pretty, you know, a fairly intense ride. I would say, like, a little bit more intense than California Adventure. But, I was fine. I lived. I think it'll be chill. I bet a lot of families are going to go on it not expecting the most intense ride in the resort. Yeah, maybe. But can I say something? A potential hot take? I think that's, like, you know, forced growth for a child. Is to kind of, you know, be put in that situation. I think it's good for a child to, you know, be put on Rock and Roller Coaster and to freak out a little bit. It's my hot take, at least. Hold on, you. Because, you know, again, like, I was a kid who, like, I just, like, was conceptually afraid of really big roller coasters, which is why I didn't go on them. But then I went on Rock and Roller Coaster. I was, because when you're locked in the roller coaster, you can't like just get off in like the middle of it. You have to stick around and see what happens. So I got on the roller coaster and then I flew around and I was like, you know what? Wasn't that bad. In fact, I would go as far to say it was actually quite enjoyable. Straight up. Uh-oh. It's not good. Yeah, we're gonna have to start folding. We're gonna start folding. We're gonna throw down this, because that's a little too dangerous for our hand right now. And I think we might go for Tanya Town. Maybe. Green Dragon, I think, is up next. We gotta get it out of our hand while we still can. We mainly just don't have to try not to lose to the guy to the left of us, because he will mess up our shit. Throw you down. I'm just gonna miss them playing Love in an Elevator at Disney Park. Here's my thing, is that guy got really mad at me for not knowing Aerosmith. So I never bothered to listen to Aerosmith, so I don't know what you're talking about. But, that's just me. Oh, no. Oh, this is tough. Oh, no, this is tough. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. This is really bad. You might think, based off the quality of our hand here, that it's good, but... Okay. Not terrible. Could have been worse. Could have been worse. This is kind of just maintaining the status quo. Which is perfectly fine by me. Let the asshole get his points and then call it. They even re-recorded one of the lines we love in a roller coaster. Dude, that is epic. Straight up. Oh my god, we're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there. Let's do one more match. Let's run it back. That's dope. Again, maybe if I knew Aerosmith more and I liked Aerosmith more, I'd be like, that's cool. But I just don't know Aerosmith. It's cool, I guess they got the band back together. If they ever broke up. They're at very least probably old, right? Probably older guys. Maybe. I'm assuming. I'm figuring. Making a lot of assumptions. But you know what they say about assuming makes an ass out of you and me? This girl's yapping in my ear right now. Blink. I was built in 98. Wow, really? See, I guess because it featured, not like a hologram, but like a thing of like Aerosmith being like, it's us Aerosmith, we're at Disney World, we're in the recording studio. I figured the ride was just a lot newer than it had to have been. So they were pretty young still. When was Aerosmith around? Was it like the 80s? 80s, 90s? I'm gonna assume like 80s, 90s. That's my guess. Preview shot on IMAX cameras. Really? Was James Cameron there? Jared, are you gonna see the James Cameron directed Billie Eilish Hit Me Hard and Soft tour in 3D? Directed by James Cameron? Because they wanted the resolution to be so high. Wow. I mean, it worked. It made me think it was a lot more modern because of that. From the late 70s to late 90s. Late 70s. Oh, man. Damn. So, by the time that they got into the Rock and Roller Coaster, they were kind of already, falling off a little bit? Is that what we're saying? In terms of, popularity? Maybe. You might maybe watch it. This is James Cameron. And Billie Eilish. They're two of the best artists working this generation. Guys, I had a moment of growth. Not really. What do you mean, not really? Anyways, I had a moment of growth this week because in that Women in Cinema class, there was this person who I had a semester class in them last semester, actually, an English class. And, we were talking about the movie, we were talking again about the documentary, This Changes Everything, and I'm trying to think of the best way to word this. They were talking about how, how in today's climate, it still is, it feels upsetting that women aren't really getting a lot of, attention because, you know, Barbie was nominated for a bunch of awards, but won none of them except for Best Picture. It's not Best Picture. It did not win Best Picture. It won a bunch of awards except for Best Original Song, which was I'm Just Ken, which is, you know, the song about a dude. Now, in my mind, at least from what I remember, Billie Eilish won the award for What Was I Made For, which I would say is a song that, while I did not really enjoy it that much, I think it's kind of it's not really my thing. It is kind of like, you know, it's an encapsulation of the themes of the movie. You know, that in my IMO. So it's just that I think the thing that they might be misremembering it with is the fact that in the Oscars there was a performance of I'm Just Ken, which was really good. Meanwhile, Billie Eilish's performance of What Was I Made For was not forgettable per se, but it definitely was not really like, you know, it wasn't like wowing me. And yeah, so, but I didn't say anything because I knew in my soul that I was like, they are making a broader point, which I agree with, so it would be rude of me to be like, oh shit, that's the door tile? Fuck. It would be rude of me to be like, actually, you got it wrong. Women don't have it that hard, because actually, the woman song won, and not the dude song. Thought that won too, it did not win. I remember I wanted to win. I think it's a better song. But I also think it's like, yeah, obviously, you know, What Was I Made For won. Oh no. There's a lot of pawnage happening right now on the screen. Okay, I just want to say also, I'm like 99% sure that What Was I Made For won. When you guys can like look it up in chat and see if I'm wrong, but I feel like I'm right. I'm like willing to bet that I'm correct on this. My artistic ass would have corrected them, but that with a preface, but I agree with the point. No, exactly, like normally that's what I do. However, I have come to find in life that a lot of the times when I do that, it's unnecessary, and it comes across as, you know, rude. Even though I'm just trying to, like, you know, establish context. But I think a lot of people, you know, they don't necessarily, you know, they're not making the point for context, per se. Like, they're making it as a broader point. So even if, like, you know, the one specific detail of their point is not correct, I still agree with the broader message. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna hold back from it. I just thought about it to myself. And I was like, maybe I'll whisper this to Leo, but then I wasn't going to whisper it to Leo, because Leo would have been like, if I had to guess what Leo would have said, he would have been like, dude, bro, the Oscars are so stupid. Which is true, but still. That's just my take. That's my 2 cents. Okay, we're back kind of in the same situation we had before with some red dragons and a terrible hand, everything else. Looking solid. It's just looking great. Straight up. Oh no, we're doing this again. We can't do that again. We're doing this again. They have the East Wind again. That's too high. That's 2,000 points for free. Yeah, Eilish won the Oscar. Yeah, I knew. You know, I know my stuff. I'm a guy who I keep up with the Oscars. I know it's not cool. I'm not gonna like be like, oh yeah, I'm really, you know, I'm actually a really interesting guy for keeping up with the Oscars. It's just, you know, I'm fascinated by them. In a way. We'll keep the 6-7 shape. Doing the hand movement. Because I'm pretty sure that Billie Eilish is the youngest 2-time Oscar winner. I believe so. I believe that maybe you can correct me on that, because I'm not like, when I say I keep up with the Oscars, I'm not talking about like, oh, I'm really knowledgeable on the history of the Oscars as a whole. I'm just more so like, I know a lot about like Oscars that have happened in my lifetime of me caring about me keeping up with the Oscars. I think there's a difference in caring and keeping up, you know? I think there's a big difference. But I believe that's the case too. Because I remember at the time, I still have a friend named Jack, but, you know, my friend Jack, he was really upset that Billie Eilish was getting all this love, because then, after a little while, you know, Hit Me Hard and Soft came out, and that was a pretty good album, IMO. And, which is why I will be seated to watch the James Cameron movie. What's up, Vox? How are you doing today? Anyways, he was upset because he is a big fan of her brother, Phineas. And at the time, Phineas kept being like, I'm gonna make a new album, but, you know, I gotta work with Billy, and I gotta finish Billy's stuff. And he was really upset because he was like, you know, Phineas makes so much better music. You know, they should, he should just focus on his own stuff. But then apparently, I guess whenever the album actually came out, it wasn't that good. So, you know, what am I doing? Oh shit, fuck. Get rid of you. I'm alright, chilling. That's good. Not a Billie Eilish guy. I think she's not for everyone, but I think that her music brings me comfort. That's what I will say. We're just gonna go for an easy reach. Easy Ron, just to get some points on the board, such as that. Take him to the dealer's seat too. You know, make him bleed a little bit. Make him spit on it. Give me one, Han. Thank you. Just putting, you know, evening out the playing field a little bit, somewhat. But no, I mean, I haven't really listened to a lot of Billie Eilish stuff. I haven't really dived deep into her whole discography. But I did listen to Hit Me Hard and Soft. And I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, she goes, birds of a feather, we should stay. Do we keep just feeding the East tiles to the dealer? It's not really great. It's not a fan of it. This is looking like a Tanyo hand. This is looking like a Tanyo Terry. But you know. Vox, are you a Billie Eilish fan? Do you enjoy Billie Eilish's music and discography? And will you be seated for the Billie Eilish film coming into theaters this year? It's this year, right? I'm pretty sure it's coming out this year. Hit Me Hard and Soft tour in 3D, directed by the critically acclaimed James Cameron. She's cool. Yep. Yeah, you know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. She is cool. I don't listen, though. It's fair enough. Fair enough. What are we doing here? I'm going to get rid of the Red Dragon, because it's safe. And now we are going for Tanyo Terry. Now, this is not particularly the prettiest hand in the world, I will say. I'm not especially happy with how it's looking right now. Oh, man. We are, I will say, though, getting fed. And this is a pretty good spot to be in. We are one away from Tenpai. And I'm really hoping we can make something out of this. Particularly, I hope we can maybe try, you know, calling Ron and the Dora, so we can get, you know, some extra Han in there. Because right now we're looking at a 3 Han hand. Maybe we can take it up to a 4. Get that into, I think, Uno. So here's the thing, Jared. What you're actually saying, see, just what I talked about. Perfect. What you are saying right now, Jared, is actually very close to what reaching is. What reaching is basically calling Uno, and then I'm placing down a 1,000-point bet to be like, I'm going to win on this next tile, so y'all better fucking watch out. So then everyone else is like, oh shit, he's on Uno. We gotta fucking play really carefully. Like how, again, in Uno, oh, but they didn't play carefully enough because I'm crazy. I know that was a joke. Oh, 3 Oradora. Oh, a Paimon. Oh. I'm doing a little dance right now. Lights off. What is going on here? Let's get rid of you. When it comes to more mainstream stuff, I only really listen to Leve and Chappell Roan because I'm a no-life nerd. I like both those people too. A lot of people hate on Chappell Roan these days, but I enjoy her. I'll be the one to say it. I'm brave enough to say it. So my first mahjong rodeo. Well, that's good, Jared. Because let me tell you, we're gonna take you for a ride today, straight up. The bronze room, we clown in this motherfucker. Take your sensitive ass back to Yuson. Go into the jade room. But no, I like it. I got, you know, Leve's new album, the one where she's got a clock. She's a clock, and she talks about male manipulators. I liked it, but I wouldn't say it was the most memorable album of last year. But when I was talking to my friend Jack, and he was like telling me, he's like, oh, you know, what were some good albums of last year? Because he's like the kind of person who, it's like, he has like really bad music taste, like hilariously bad music taste, but he, like, the only way that he, in his mind, he can improve his music taste is by listening to stuff that's coming out currently. So it's kind of a tough predicament, I'm not gonna lie. It is really, really hard to deal with. But anyways, he was like, what's some new stuff that came out? And I was like, oh, you know, Leve had a good one. Bewitched is way better, but still great. I have not listened to Bewitched. Speaking of male manipulators, though, can I say one thing? I love Claro. I love Claro, and I was having a talk about it with my my cousin during Thanksgiving, where I was like, it really is a shame that Claro has become the male manipulator artist, because her music is like really good. I really love her music, and I think that you know, I've listened to Sling recently, and I thought it was good. And I listened to fucking, what you would call it, Charm. I think is, you know, fantastic. I think it's you know, that's an all-timer album right there. And you know, it's a bummer. I will say it's a bummer, because it makes it so it's like whenever I say I like Claro, I have to say it in like whispered tones. I gotta be like, I like Claro. I actually think Claro is pretty cool. And people are like, what? Who said that? Get out of my sight, you vile beast. Sure. We're not going to cheat that right now. That might have been our downfall, but it's okay. We're okay. We'll figure it out. You should listen to Claro. Listen to Charm specifically. You don't have to listen to anything else. Okay, we're going to actually do it now. We're going to actually do this now. So... Oy vey. I still don't know what to do. We have too many pairs. We're just pair maxing. I guess we can finally just start, you know, going crazy with it. Let's go crazy with it. Auto Richie on. Let the games begin. I'm in your mind. I'm wiggling around in there. Yeah, listen to Charm. Charm's great. If you have an ability to drive a car, you should listen to Charm, because it's a great car album. Okay, a lot of pawnage happening here, and they appear to be going for a half flush, but are punished by the West seat with the prevalent win in a red 5, 2,000 Han. Not really great, but you know, we're repeating, losing our chance of the OHT, but we have a very comfortable lead, so we are all good. Okay. I'm a fan of what I am seeing here. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I tried listening to more, like, stuff that was coming out this year, but I wasn't really, like, you know, the most impressed with a lot of stuff that was coming out in 2025. And, you know, you could just say it's because, like, oh, you know, I only listen to, like, the really popular stuff, but it's like, I just wasn't, you know, it wasn't really my thing. Straight up. I wasn't really a fan of Sabrina's new stuff. I didn't really like Man-Child that much. Not Man-Child, Man's Best Friend. And, oh no, there's a lot of stuff going on over here. We're not gonna do that. I liked my two favorites, I think, from last year, and they kind of switch on a day-to-day, is Don't Tap the Glass, which, you know, Jared mentioned in the chat, great one, or, why am I blanking on what it's called? What was the new Pink Pantheress album? That was really good. That one, that was fun. That was a fun album, straight up. No. Thank you. I really liked it. What? It's not like that. Is it like that? Is that what it's called? I feel like that's not correct when I'm saying it. Hold on, let me go on Spotify real quick and let's see. Yeah, Pink's my goat. See, I don't call her Pink. We're not really that familiar like that. But she's pretty cool. I'm gonna get off of here before I accidentally play that. Fancy That. That's what it is. It's Fancy That. Yeah, because the deluxe one was called Fancy Some More. That's true. My favorite album of 2020 so far is probably Hyperdrama by Justice or Visions and Afterthoughts by Red Fox. I've not heard any of those. Come with 2020s. I think, you know, I'll go back and say, I think the best album of the 2020s so far... Oh, wait, no. I was going to say Charm. Charm is definitely number 2. And it might be number 1, depending on the day. The best one's probably Mr. Morale. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. That shit crazy. That shit's moving. Straight up. The Retcon, also by Red Fox, pre-order now, is coming out January 30th. Wow, interesting. Best album 25 is Marty Supreme. Not nominated for Best Screenplay. If you can believe it. You can believe it, folks. You should listen to Justice. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. We'll have to see. Only time will tell. We keep getting so much shit. Alright, we're just gonna fold this hand. Because we're at a very comfortable spot. We don't need to win. We're totally fine without winning. So pissed off. Yeah, I definitely was not, like, the happiest hearing it. But, you know, what can you do? The Oscars, you know, they're crazy. They're a bunch of crazy characters over there. The Academy. I was surprised with how much of, like, a center sweep there was. It's pretty crazy to me. But, you know, that's my take. It was kind of a bummer, because I usually like watching the, oh my god, we got nothing safe. How do we fold this? We're folding you. Please don't hurt me, thank you. Okay, I usually like to look at the Academy, you know, stuff, because I honestly, I'm gonna be so for real. My hot take with the Oscars, I care way more about the nominations than I do the actual awards themselves. I think that, Sinners is going to be the Claire Obscure of movies. That is a nothing sentence. What you just said doesn't mean anything. No. We're folding this hand. We are not doing anything. No. Get rid of you. Get rid of you, actually. No! It's fine. We're actually so fine. That's so fine. It's okay. You still got a crazy lead. Do you not see the Game Awards? You mean Exposition 33? Or am I crazy? Or at least it's drama? I'm not on social media, bro. Dude, look at this! Based on your excellent performance, we would like to grant you the certification of Adept. Hell yes, guys. Look at that. Look at us. We made it out of Novice. We get some primes in the chat for getting it out of Novice. Hell yeah. Look at that. Look at this guy. Whew. Look at that history. Pretty good. Pretty good. Only the game is Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Terrible name. We gotta get better at naming games. Current rank. Yeah, we have to go back in here. Back into the bronze room. That's a terrible name, though. Straight up. Which is crazy because it has two names in the title. But I think that makes it doubly bad because both of it are... It's French. That shit is dookie. Is that better for you? But here's my thing with Sinners. Sinners is nominated for a lot, but it's like a good movie. Dude, this girl's yapping. Shut up. Do you fuck with Danny Brown? Hold on. What has Danny Brown done? I haven't listened to any of it. Getting out of here. Like, I think that Sinners got nominated for a lot, and it's not gonna win a lot. But it's like, it's not bad, because unlike how it was last year with Emilia Perez, it's like Sinners is a good movie. That's the main thing. But it's not going to win all the awards. In fact, I don't think it's really gonna win most of them, to be honest. IMO. But, you know, it's a good movie. I think it, you know, it's cool it's being recognized. Straight up. I think that, you know, if I had to guess who the villain is of this year's Oscars, that's the thing is, like, you would think it'd be F1 because F1 is, like, the surprise pick for Best Picture. But F1 is also not really nominated for a lot, so it's like, it doesn't really feel like a villain, per se. I would have to say, definitively, the villain of this year's Oscars is Frankenstein. Without doubt. Because I think that a lot of people were glazing Frankenstein. I remember when Frankenstein was being on, like, Letterboxd list of the top 250 highest rated films. And then it, like, dropped so fast. I think people just, like, turned on it, you know? People realized they were, like, you know, they rubbed their eyes for a second, and they were like, wait a minute. Why does this look like live-action One Piece? Why does everything look so, like, fake and cheap? Even though this is, like, a multi-million-dollar movie. And it's directed by, you know, one of the best directors working today, Guillermo del Toro. What are we doing, guys? It's gonna be The Shape of Water. It was once it hit streaming. True. Well, I think no offense to the kind of, to, you know, people seeing movies in theaters, but I think the kind of person who is like, I'm gonna go to one of the early screenings of Frankenstein in theaters is the kind of person who's like, let me see what the general consensus of this movie is first, and then they do that. Or throwing on the floor. Why is the chat's not loading in here? I guess we can do that. Oh. Ah, the audio's gone. I don't know why. We're just gonna switch to the YouTube chat to keep check on things. Boom, 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 boom. Getting rid of you. Watching a movie like, I don't know, I don't watch movies to make this joke work. You should watch movies. Fuck! I had to believe the streaming cut was changed, because I don't see where the hate comes from. I just think it's not a very good movie. Like, I think it's like, you know, it's just fine. Like, the one thing, to me, that came across should at least win Best Costuming, it's probably going to. I'll be honest, I think Frankenstein's going to win all the technical awards, and I think it's going to make people really upset. Like, I think it's going to win... it's going to win Best Costuming, and I think it's going to win Best Makeup and Hairstyling, and I think it's going to win Best Production Design. Which is going to annoy a lot of people, because, you know, and I this is my take as well, I think that the production design of the movie was shot terribly. It's very technically impressive, but it looks awful. Like, it doesn't look real, you know? It looks like a Marvel movie. I think Sarah's gonna get cinematography. Maybe. I don't know. I don't think so, to be honest. What's nominated for cinematography? I see Marty winning production design. It should go to Marty Spring. Will it, though? I don't think so. I think Netflix did too big of a push early on in, you know, too much of a push early on with Frankenstein of talking about how much work went into production design. And I think that A24 can't really produce Netflix levels of publicity. As impressive as the Marty Spring campaign was. And yeah, I think that it's a... Ooh, that's nice. Get rid of the 4. I just don't know. I really don't know. I don't think... I don't feel like that Sinners is gonna get cinematography. I don't know what else is nominated for cinematography. I don't have my phone on me. Can you give me, like, a list of the movies that are nominated for Best Cinematography, and I'll give you my take? Because I just want to say... I'll stand by this. Last year, when I did my predictions and hopes for what was going to win the Academy Awards last year, I did not get a single one wrong. Because I'm just good with it. I know the Academy sensibilities. I'm crazy like that. What are we going to do here? You. Big question is Best Animated, K-pop or Zoo 2? Two things. One, grow up. Second of all, it's K-pop Demon Hunters. It's kind of like insane to even insinuate otherwise. Like it's obviously K-pop Demon Hunters. It would be insane if it was not K-pop Demon Hunters. I feel like that the Academy's kind of locked in with Best Animated Feature in recent years. I think that they have gotten a lot better of, you know, choosing the right one, I guess is the better way to say it. Because they, you know, I'm trying to really think, like, what was, like, you know, like, last year, Boy and the Heron won, which was pretty dope. Year before that, it was Pinocchio, which is pretty dope. And then it was another movie that apparently people said was pretty dope, but I don't watch movies for children, so I don't remember what it is. Best cinematography: Frankenstein, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Train Dreams. It's gonna go to One Battle After Another. It's gonna go to One Battle After Another. One Battle After Another had the most impressive cinematography this year because it was one of the few times I've watched a movie and I was like, shit, I'd never seen that in a movie before. That was really cool. Never heard of Train Dreams? I heard of Train Dreams. My grandma during Thanksgiving was talking about how awesome Train Dreams was. And I was like, I looked it on Netflix and I said, that looks boring. So I didn't watch it. I don't really like this little girl that's sitting next to me. The road scene was sick. Yeah, I mean, you know, I think it's going to get nominated for the road scene alone, straight up. Or I think it's going to win for the road scene alone. Because no offense to Sinners. I mean, I watched Sinners on, you know, IMAX 70mm. And oh, we won. Cool. And I thought that it's a very pretty movie. But it's not like, oh, we made it all even again. Look at us. Go team. But it's not like, you know, the most impressive movie out of those. Yeah, the only two movies that were nominated for Best Picture that I still need to see, which I'm probably going to do it whenever, if AMC does again their thing of, like, we're putting it all in one big movie marathon of the Best Picture noms, is I have to watch F1, which I honestly forgot came out this year. I thought that was last year. And I think it's just because so much of last year I'd see trailers for it. So I figured it was like a December movie of 2024. And I haven't seen Train Dreams. But the movie that will win is going to go to one battle after another. And that's probably my pick too. To be honest. I think that Mario Supreme is a very beautiful looking movie. But I think that what they did in One Battle After Another was more, like, unique, I guess, is the best way of putting it. There's a lot more... It's literally like a Top Gun Maverick, but with cars. Okay. Fine, you know, makes sense. Wasn't the guy that made Top Gun Maverick made it? I think he did. Joseph Krasinski. Is that his name? I'm pretty sure it's his name. Fairly certain that's his name. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. It's not looking great here. Oh, it's looking better. It just keeps getting better. I don't know what I want to do here. I want to keep the red Dora for now. He wrote the same script again, Lamau. That's awesome. Good for him. Get his bag. Straight up. Yeah. I think that if I had to guess the movie that's actually going to be the sweeper during this year's Oscars, and then people throughout all of 2026 are going to be like, actually, the movie is incredibly overrated, and, like, you know, can we have an open dialogue about this, like what they do with Anora, because Anora also won all the awards, is that it's going to be One Battle After Another. One Battle After Another is going to win. It's going to win Best Director, it's going to win Best Original Screenplay, it's going to win Best Cinematography, and it's going to win Best Director. It's going to win all of them. It's going to win all of them. And people next year are going to be talking, they're going to be like, we need to have a conversation about how One Battle After Another is actually incredibly overrated, even though everyone, when it was coming out, was talking about how it was the best movie ever made, and they, you know, completely rejuvenated American cinema, you know, and the idea of what a multi-million-dollar movie could be like, and yada, 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 and it was like, and who cares? Straight up. Sadly, yeah, you know, it happens. There's going to be a lot of Republicans melting down. I don't really know, to be honest. Were Republicans really upset with One Battle After Another? I feel like that's giving a lot of alright, that's kind of a risky tile to throw down, but, you know, it's good that we did it. I think that's giving a lot of credit to Republicans watching movies. Because as shown with Sydney Sweeney's career, Republicans don't really watch movies. They were? Wow. Well, that's sure is something. That sure is something. It is really funny how Sydney Sweeney has just kind of made a career of, like, appealing to, like, the worst guys ever. And it's not even, like, really getting her that much, like, commercial success as an actress. Like, it's just kind of, oh, it sucks. It's just kind of, you know, making her, you know, it's making it so she's getting flop after flop after flop. I don't know. It's a little silly. But yeah, let me think of other awards. It works for my mom. Well, that's good. Your mom loves Sydney Sweeney? Really? What does your mom like about Sydney Sweeney? Thank you. I was the only person I knew who saw that boxing function. She saw Christy? I thought about seeing Christy. Straight up. I did, for a solid few seconds, think about seeing Christy. But then I was like, nah, I'm good. And I didn't watch it. Mahjong tiles look edible, I can't lie. I feel like it would hurt your teeth. From my experience of handling Mahjong tiles in real life, it seems like they're a little hard to the bite. Ooh, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Damn. Ooh, that's tough. Would not want to be this guy over here. That is toughy. Good thing it wasn't me. You know, it's rather, in a Mahjong, it's a game about, you know, it's better you, not me. Okay, so we're tied for basically third. What are we going to do? Well, we kind of need something that'll give us some points, for sure. They're even saying the Smashing Machine was snubbed for centuries. Hey, you know, I think they should be grateful the Smashing Machine got nominated for one thing. Straight up. My hot take is that I think that the Smashing Machine was one of the prettiest movies to come out last year. That's my hot take. I don't know if it is a hot take or not. But I just know people don't really like complimenting the Smashing Machine. I think the Smashing Machine was a beautiful movie. Like, visually speaking. It was stunning. Straight up. Yeah, I don't wait on you. I want to do with you. But yeah, it's, you know, I was really surprised to see the Smashing Machine make it, but, you know, good on them. You know, maybe they can get one. Maybe they can get a good old Oscar for Benny and The Rock. Maybe they could. I do not know. That being said, let me think about other categories. Okay, here's my wild card. Not really a wild card, I guess, because a lot of people are betting on this. I think Timmy's actually going to get it. I think that now is his time. I think Timothée Chalamet is going to get the Oscar. I think he deserves it. I think that, you know, Marty Supreme, that shit moved mountains, and I think that a large part of its mountain movage can be attributed to an incredible performance by Timothée Chalamet. And, Best Actress, that's the Jessie Buckley Award. Like, we all know it's coming. If it goes to Emma Stone, that would be really funny, but it's not going to. And if it does, I'd feel really bad for Emma Stone, because Emma Stone, for the last time she won an Oscar, even though she gave a good performance, was just, you know, the entire conversation centered around how it should have been given to another person. Which, you know, I don't think that's I can't imagine is the most fun thing in the world. But I do think it would definitely cement Emma Stone as, like, you know, a person who's going to go down in history. They're going to say it's not his time yet and give it to Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, but I think that the problem with that line of thinking, in my personal opinion, is that Timothée Chalamet is a guy who, first of all, you know, started his career way younger. And secondly, is someone who I'm trying to think of a way to word this. Jesus, man. It's a lot of text on screen. He's been given banger after banger after banger after banger after banger. Like, eventually it's like, you know, you can't cut him out. I think they're just going to give him one, and I think it's going to be a really long time till he gets his next one. I don't think it's going to be like Timothée Chalamet. I think Timothée Chalamet is going to keep getting nominated for Oscars, because, you know, he's probably one of, not the finest young actors working today. But it's not looking great for him, I will say. Michael B. Jordan, maybe. I don't really know. Out of that list, if I had to say who I think it's going to go to that wouldn't be Timothée Chalamet, I think it's going to Ethan Hawke. I think that Ethan Hawke gave the second best performance this year. I loved Blue Moon. I thought that movie was awesome. I'm a Blue Mooner, straight up. You saw me standing alone? Without a hair in my heart. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. I'm biting my nails like a Scooby-Doo character. Oh, no, it's the lolly. I don't like you. I don't like this little girl. Get this child out of the mahjong table. Straight up. Get her out of here. Get this child out of here. Dude, like, honestly, if I pulled that skin from the thing, I just wouldn't use it. I'd be like, I don't want people to get an impression of me that indicates them, like, you know, I think that child characters are dope. Okay. Fuck. Put another dragon. safe enough. We're not going for 7 pairs, right? We're not doing that. I think we're going for all triplets, maybe? Oh, shit. I'm in Furry 10? No, I'm in Furry 10. No. What the hell? What the helly? Wait. I'm in Furry 10. They're right. Oh, God. Did you see people trying to reclaim that David vs. Goliath was getting snubbed for Best Animated? I mean, it is. I can't believe they wouldn't even, mention it in conversation as, one of the GOAT movies of 2025. Ooh, that doesn't help. Doesn't help at all, actually. Maybe it'd help them a little bit, not me. Pun. Throw that down. Auto Ricci. Let's do this. Give me an Under the River. Under the river and through the woods. Under the river and through the woods. Under the river and through the woods. Nope. Damn. Okay, we got into Tenpai at least, which that's good. And we secured ourselves rightfully at 2nd place, which is nice, but we are going to have to go again because the fact that the Left Lord pushed as well. Okay, I'll be honest, I think our move here is to get a really kind of nothing hand and then proceed to just Ricci and then go for at least to drain some points off this guy. The problem is that they're a little too ahead where we'd have to get a really good hand and we'd have to run off of them specifically in order to even have a chance. Everyone else, it's just not looking great. Okay. And this hand that we have right now is garbage, I just want to say. Like, hopefully we can mold it into something beautiful, but it is not really looking very promising right now. I just, like, I don't know. I don't care about... I think animation is cinema, but until we start getting more movies that don't treat me... Animated movies that treat me like I'm a toddler... then it's, I'm not going to be, like, being like, I gotta go see every anime movie I can because animation is a beautiful art form that, I should, like, really care about. This is coming from a guy who, I wanted to be an animator when I was a kid. Like, before settling and be like, I want to, like, be a director where I could just, make any kind of movie, I wanted to be, like, I specifically want to focus on animation. So I still think it is a very beautiful medium, and I think there's a lot of potential with it, and I think there's a lot of stuff with it. And I think it's been done with, again, like, with Pinocchio, which I haven't seen, but I've heard, it's a good movie. And then with, with fucking Miyazaki's movies. Like, I think that animation is beautiful. Like, The Wind Rises is one of my favorite movies ever made. Ever. I love The Wind Rises. But Anime for Christmas is like, a movie that I would say is, like, it's one of it is probably my favorite movie of all time. I think the problem is that, if we're going to start talking about how animation is cinema, we gotta start producing more stories that don't treat the audience like they're toddlers. IMO. The Hoppers trailer pisses me off. Is it because it references Avatar? That's the only thing. Whenever I'm at work and there's a football game, they always play a bunch of ads for Hoppers. And it's always the girl, she goes, "This is just like Avatar." And they go, "It's nothing like Avatar." So I didn't know if that would piss you off, because, like, I know that you're a really big Avatar guy. Oh, let's go to you. No. It doesn't piss you off that they make fun of Avatar. Okay. Interesting. Chad, what are your thoughts on mahjong, by the way? We kind of... I'm glad that we went into this game, and we just kind of just been playing it very effortlessly, and I'm glad to see that, the chat is still lively. I was worried that, we've been playing a lot of Baba's You lately, that everyone was going to kind of be in here, but I just want to know, what... Do we like the mahjong streams? Because I love mahjong. I think mahjong is a great game. We're not going to con that. Too risky. We have no need to con that. W game? That's great. That's awesome. I'm glad to see it. Because to me, at least, we will get back to Baba Is You soon. But at least to me, I want to break from Baba Is You because I feel like a lot of the Baba Is You streams get a little bit stale due to the fact that it's just, kind of like struggling to do the puzzle over and over again. Mahjong's nice to watch? Well, that's great. It says we have 6 viewers across both platforms. I don't really know where those viewers are. Oh, now it's down to 2. I guess they all left. That's pretty funny, now that I say that. But We did have 6, so I'm glad to see that people are turning for it. Play Merge Maestro. I'm not going to play Merge Maestro. Holy man. Holy macaroni. Okay. Hoping we can get a 4 circles. That would really make my day. Or that works too. Get rid of you. Put on Auto Ricci. We got a double sequence, a dragon, and a Dora. And a red Dora. Should be pretty great. Well, that's only if we get the 4 circles. We also need a 7 circles. I'm going to hope that because I threw down the 5 circles that they're going to throw down another 4. Not 100% certain. How many 4s been thrown down? 2. And recently as well. So that's pretty good. But we're really hoping for some greatness here. But again, obviously we could also accept the 7 of circles, which there are more to be disposed of. It just wouldn't give us a nice bonus of the of that. Throw down the 4 of circles. Oh, it's a 9 of circles. Can't wait for the inevitable Italian brain rot movie. Oh yes, baby! Oh, crazy! I'm the Joker. I don't think we're gonna win from this hand. Definitely not. But Ricci fully concealed on 3 double sequence, green dragon, Dora, red 5, no Oradora. That is a Hanemon. Oh, we barely didn't make it. That's a bummer. If we got like 1, Oradora, that would have been nice. Plus 24 points. That's not bad though. Confirm. They're making the Paddington guy's making a Labubu movie, right? Heard that in the news. I'm gonna grab my water real quick. I'll be right back. You can ready up though for the next game. Oh my god. The real snub this year is No Other Choice. You're 100% correct. I thought that No Other Choice had it in the bag this year for best picture. But I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people are saying, "Dude, this girl needs to stop yapping." A lot of people, not people aren't saying this, but I think the obvious answer as to why No Other Choice is not was not nominated for anything is because many people forget this. There is a very public firing of Park Chan-wook from SAG. Very publicly, where they were like, we're kicking him out of SAG for scabbing and writing No Other Choice during the strike. And I think, that they kind of had to, like, make a point, I guess, is the best way of putting it. Which, not a lot of people bring up, but I remember it was a big thing. It was a very public of, like, them being, like, kick him out. And I think it was drawing a very, well, he wasn't picked out of SAG. He was picked out of something. Maybe the Writers Guild. He was kicked out of some guild because of the fact that he scabbed during the strikes. And I think that it was very interesting to see such a prominent guy be made such a public example of. But I'm gonna be honest, it feels spiritually like they did that because he's like a not American guy. But so much. Are you gonna watch the Melania movie? No, I'm not going to. Let's go to you. What are we going for here? I guess just kind of whatever we get. We have a shape right here. We grabbed the 6. We could have had the 2, 3, 4, but I don't like waiting for the 1. I would like to get a Green Dragon. I think if, Trump dropped the trailer. Oh, shit. Trump dropped? That's fire. You guys getting the Office skins in Fortnite? Would you guys be pissed at me if I did Fortnite streams? Or would those move mountains? I have a thumbnail for Fortnite that I made as like one of the potential stream games, but I'm always afraid to do it. I feel like you guys are gonna be like, gonna be a little upset. Nope. Throwing on the W tile. No, you would not be upset, or you would be upset that I'd be playing Fortnite. Would you let me join the squad in Fortnite? No, I would not. Not at all. Skip. Throw on the East style. He said he was going to play duos with me today and get the Office skins, then flake because he couldn't be bothered downloading on a Switch. Yeah, I heard. He was telling me about it. Because I sent him a screenshot of my friend Jack being like, they added The Office to Fortnite. You know, now, you know, they finally got me to bite. I guess I gotta get a Fortnite skin. And it's like, really? You're biting at, you know, Dwight Schrute from The Office? That's crazy. Couldn't be me. I'd still watch, but I'd be sad I can't. But also be sad I can't play. Well, you know, that's the tough luck. Tough luck with that one. Okay. It'd be a different story if it was Sex in the City for sure. Oh, I did not get wronged. Okay, we're good. We're fine. Ooh, this guy's bad. Ooh. I hate Fortnite because I spent so much money on it. See, that's a, you know, that's a YP, not an MP. I genuinely enjoy the game, but, like, well, I think that a lot of people when it comes to Fortnite don't realize that, like, money is, like, has, like, value and shit. Oh, damn. That, like, money is, like, a, you know, a thing that you should be conscientious of. Like, I had that moment every time I buy a Fortnite skin. Because, you know, my always one exception when it comes to buying Fortnite skins is Hatsune Miku. So when they did the Christmas Miku, I bought it, but then I was like, damn, bro, I spent like $20 on that. And, you know, I use the skin a while, you know, I get a lot of enjoyment out of it. I would say that I, you know, to be honest, got $20 worth of enjoyment out of it. But at the same time, it's like, damn, you know, like $20, like, it's not like, that's not cheap. You're a Vocaloid fan? I respect Hatsune Miku as an artist and as a woman. I went to Miku Expo in 2024. It was awesome. But no, I'm not a Vocaloid fan. Or at the very least, I would not consider myself an active fan of Vocaloid because of the fact that I don't really make an effort to listen to any of their music. Of any Vocaloid music. I watched the Hatsune Miku movie in theaters, though, this year. The Miku Who Can't Sing. One of the worst movies I've seen all year. It was probably one of the most miserable theater experiences I've had in 2025. I love to go to Miku Expo. You should. It's a fun time. I met up my friend Sean was going to, well, he still is going to college in Oregon. Me and my friend Anthony flew down to Oregon, stayed at his place, and then went to Miku Expo the next day, and it was pretty dope. It was pretty dope. Same, read my review. Dude, this guy wants me to plug the letterbox live on stream. Not doing that, little bro. I'm somewhat big vocal synth fan. Unless it's Hatsune Miku, I'm not buying. Ren and Lin are okay in my book, because I had a friend in elementary school who was really into Ren and Lin, because I hung out with a lot of people in elementary school who were, like, big OSU players. So, I was pretty used to, like, you know, seeing a lot of Vocaloid shit. But Miku, you know, again, she's my girl. We love Hatsune Miku in this household. We will not disrespect the queen, the goat. Then Ren and Lin are cool. I fuck with them heavy. Tedo's fine. She's okay. The pink-haired one, the one that is, I believe, the third generation of Vocaloid, I wasn't really a big fan of her, but people at Miku Expo really freaked out when she showed up, so I guess she's liked. The Gen 1 guys don't like them. I think they're really boring. They weren't my cup of tea, per se. Luca? Who the fuck is... I don't know. I don't know their names. I only have the shirt, which I don't even have the shirt right now. My girlfriend has the shirt. I used to wear the shirt a lot because I think it's fire, but my girlfriend's been rocking the shirt lately. I'll pull up in the theater after this game. I'll show you guys the ones I'm talking about. I would love to pawn the white dragon the second it gets dropped, but I know that people are definitely fearing for their life with this because this is a crazy hand if we can pull that off. And we can drop down the 9 of characters. And then we can go for either a green dragon or 7 of characters double weight, which would be awesome. But, you know, I understand the tension for sure in the room. Definitely understand the tension. It's a very hot seat that we're in right now. Or we could pawn you, go for that. I didn't even consider that possibility, but we could do that too. It's not the worst. White dragon, green dragon, 3 Dora. Free Mongon. Give me your points. Okay. Control ourselves for a second. Wow, 2 Dora tiles already and a red 5. Damn. You guys are treating me good. Teto is both overrated and overhated at the same time. People should just be normal about her. Ex-Teto stan. I think most of her songs are kind of mid. I like the chicken one. I used to see that when I was on Instagram a lot. And her fans are definitely, like, the least funny guys ever. But I'm gonna be honest, I think that, like, most people who self-describe themselves as, like, fans of things involving Japanese culture, I would say, are kind of the most unfunny guys ever. That's my take. That's my nuanced take. What'd you say, Jared? Jared, you said something earlier. Am I crazy? I feel like Jared... Oh, I'm watching NTBTS web series and it changed. What is that? I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, what are you? NTBTS. What is NTBTS? Okay. Let's get rid of it now. It's a big tile. Somebody pawns it. It's not the end of the game. Nirvana, the band, the show. Oh, I'm really excited for the movie. I've never watched the series. But you know, maybe it's like, that's fake AF of me to say, but... Oh, we can pawn that, sure. Pawn it. You gotta get on it. I will get on it, because I do want to watch the movie. I don't think the movie's gonna be, like, required, like, required me to watch the show, but I want to at least, like, get the general premise of it before, going in, you know? I have a Google Drive. Is it not on streaming? I figured it'd be on streaming or something. I don't think I even have enough space on my Google Drive to download it, TBH. Getting rid of you. The original series is very short. Oh, it's a web series. I thought it was like a television program or something. Like an Adult Swim show. I like when they sing the song about the Wii. Super Mario RPG. Sonic the Hedgehog, Donkey Kong 3. Adventures of Lolo 1 and 2. Wings Night, Dig Dug, Chew Man Fu. Harvest Moon. I don't remember the rest of it. Something Pokemon. Toe Jam and Erlin Planet on Funkotron. I have no idea what Nirvana the band shows. Nirvana the band mentioned. I was born and watching it with League Required. Love Nirvana. It has nothing to do with the band Nirvana, sadly. When I was young, I was gonna fly to Welsh when I'm man. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. You know? And we all go. You know? Like Nirvana. Yeah. I listen to Nirvana. I'm pretty epic. I'll take that. Give me that, please. Thank you. You guys know, like, Nirvana? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? We got Nirvana heads in the chat, right? We love Nirvana. Do that. Auto run on. And let's sit back and relax and see what happens with our all triplets run. What's Nirvana? Fuck. Fuck. What's a single other Nirvana song? I never heard of them. Are they good? You know what? I would say that I enjoyed them somewhat. Do I want a con? Let's con. Let's just do it for the fans. There's not enough content happening at home. Let's get some connage in here. Let's just do something bold and brash for the viewers at home. Get them on the edge of their seat. That guy threw down one of Bam Boo earlier. We could trust that maybe he'll do it again. What's a single other Nirvana song? Why can't I think of a single other one? Yesterday remake, but with Nirvana. Would that be in more or less poor taste? I don't know. I really couldn't tell you. Instead of Ed Sheeran, he writes for the Foo Fighters. Oh man, that'd be crazy. Hello, I waste away with you ever long. You know? See, you guys know Foo Fighters. You gotta know Foo Fighters. And I wonder when I sing along with you, everything I feel is here forever. You know? Scratch that, Imagine Dragons. See, that would be tasteless, because it's like, you know, to even entertain the idea of there being a world without the Imagine Dragons is like, that's heartbreaking. I don't even want to imagine that world. Can we win, please? I'm a little scared that we're not winning yet. What is a Foo Fighter and what is Foo and why are they fighting it? They're fighting it to protect us. They're fighting it so we don't have to. Really, actually, you watch Nirvana the band. The show is it's so funny and it's up your alley. I will. I'm gonna be honest. I just have a really hard time watching television. I'm not a big TV guy. Oh, that's awesome. You should thank him. We're in Furry 10. How was I in Furry 10? Hey, we did though. Look at that. Boom. Maybe it was in Furry 10 if we discard that. Our dragon probably win all triplets. Boom. Free Mongon. Everyone feed me more. That's also I should listen to them. I mean, if you like Nirvana, I'm surprised you haven't listened to Foo Fighters. That's really surprising to me. Like, 'cause I feel like most people who like Nirvana at least, like, you know, give Foo Fighters a chance. I watched the whole thing in 2 sittings. Web series it is. Okay, is it a television series or is it just a web series? I need to know. I'm a little confused. No, I have a little. Listen to the one that's got, like, the album that has, like, the circles that are all floating around, and then there's the, yeah, there's all the circles and shit that are flying around. And they're all connected by lines. Because that one has Everlong, and that song is gas. An ex of mine got me into that song, and I would listen to it a lot after he broke up, and it made me really sad. So I kind of have a hard time listening to it now, but Everlong is like, you know, it's a good song. Straight up. And I wonder, when I sing along with you, everything will never be this real forever. What's wrong with White Dragon? Everlong is goated? It truly is. It was originally a web series that had 10, 11 episodes that got rebooted for Vice like 10 years later and ran for 2 seasons. Oh, okay. I see. Interesting. We got rid of you. Okay, then yeah. Why is it not on YouTube or anything? Then they did a special for Mega 64 channel, then they made a movie. Oh, interesting. I mean, I'm excited for the movie. The trailer looks great, and I did like Blackberry a lot. Blackberry is was a really good movie from 2024. Check it out if y'all haven't already. Excuse me. No. Oh, I see. Okay. Strange. We're gonna get rid of you. It's not on YouTube. Oh. Strange. It's a bummer. That's a damn shame. Harm. Throw it on you. Everything can never be this true forever. Is it because they do not care about copyright at all? Yeah. Oh, okay, I see. I see. Oh, like in terms of like their own like getting copyright striked. That makes sense. Okay. That makes sense. Everything could ever be this real forever. That's kind of one of my problems, where it's like I would really like to play Fortnite on stream. However, I am worried about the fact that there's a lot of copyrighted material in it involving like songs and stuff, and I'm worried about it getting taken down. I think though what I might do is entire band when the episode of Jay you just can't play the Beatles at the show without permission, and in the background they kill your Skelter in full. That's really funny. That's pretty funny stuff. We're not gonna cheat that. We're also gonna throw away you, because then we've eaten fairy 10 gel. I think what we might do for Fortnite streams, just so that we don't have to worry about being taken down, is that we can play Fortnite, however none of the streams will be kept up. I think all the streams will be taken down once they're played. Or we might just like only stream on Twitch or something, because I think Twitch is a lot more lenient with doing like copywriting, taking down like a stream with a copyright strike. Skip you. Alright, so these guys are next on the chopping block, because these either have to be repair or stuff. Bros, turn on stream mode in Fortnite? Yeah, but then that like kills like all of the fun of Fortnite. I am out. I think what makes Fortnite fun is the fact that, you know, it's like you can like I could be Hatsune Miku dancing to Lucid Dreams by Juice WRLD. And I really like the music mode. And I feel like I'd want to play the music mode, because I think if I just played the Battle Royale mode, I'd get a little bit bored. No offense. I mean, again, I like the Battle Royale mode, I think it's fun, but like I also am like, you know, I like the music mode. I think it's also perfectly fun time as well. Okay. I think we're gonna throw in the West Wind. That dream is dead. I think this hand is just gonna be a pusher. We're already so far in the lead, we don't really need to do anything. And, you know, that's fine, too. I feel like you are allowed to stream it with music because of the music mode. No. I don't think that's how it works. Like, Asai's entire career is him playing Guitar Hero. Yeah, but I think that's why... I think that he can do streams of it, but I don't think that the, YouTube videos are allowed to be kept up. I don't know. What was he gonna do? I feel like I was gonna do something after this, but I don't remember what it was. I don't remember. I don't remember. We still got half an hour left. Let's keep going. Let's run back in there. Let's run it back. Let's keep the streak alive. We're doing really good. Look into it. I will. Again, what's probably going to happen is I will do it. I'm not going to have a care in the world. I not have streamer mode on. I'll be playing the music mode. I'll be doing all that. And then if I get an email being like, hey, don't do that, or if I see that the YouTube VOD is copyright striked, then I will just unlist it, and I'll take it off the air. That's my guess of what's going to happen when the Fortnite stream inevitably happens. Let's go to you. So congested. I gotta take some like fucking NyQuil or some shit, because I have had a headache that has been killing me. I think I'm like maybe like a fever or something. I haven't been feeling well, I guess the best of it, for the past 2 days. I wake up and I get really not congested, but it's like I've got like this like my mouth, the back of my mouth, like in the region between like where your nose is and the back of your throat, has been like hurting a lot. It's not great. Third on the way turn. Save tile. Nerp. I still see your shadows in my room. Can't take back the love that I gave you. Been a lot of singing this stream. Wasn't really expecting it, but there's been a lot of singing. Have you guys ever seen the video of it's the person playing Fortnite and they get a kill and it's the AI voice and it goes, "Why are you taking a knee after getting a kill?" And they turn around and it's when in Fortnite there was like this giant hologram of Juice WRLD, and then the AI voice goes, "To pay tribute to my favorite raper." That's why I bought the Juice WRLD emote, because I think that video is really funny. I think it's pretty silly. What do you mean what? Come on, Jared. It's a classic. It's a classic video. That video is so good. See, they get it. Vox gets it. There we go. Vox gets it. Fox gets it. Turn of the two. Why are you taking a knee after the kill? What kind of fish is this? Get to the South Wind. Jared, look it up. Look up Juice WRLD Fortnite. Dude, rest in peace, man. Rest in peace, Juice WRLD. Shout out. I still see your shadow in my room. Can't take back the love that I gave you. This is the point that I love that I hate you. We're in the dealer's seat, so you know an Eastwind would be nice, but it's already been discarded so much. You only get it as a pair. I don't think it's the most valuable pair in the world that we can get. Get rid of the 6 of characters, though. They pawned it, you know, which, you know, is fine. It's okay by me. But it's a much stronger shape than a 4-6 shape. Because now we can accept the 2 or the 5, which before we could only accept the 5. And then next up, we are going to be cutting the 2 of circles, and we're going to figure out something to do with it. 4 bamboo is also getting cut. Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. Thank you. Okay. And yeah, 2 circles next. And then Green Dragon is probably gonna get cut next, and then we are gonna go for a Tanyo Terry hand. That is my lock. Get rid of the Northwind. Green Dragon still has been thrown down, so that could be seen as a little dangerous, but we only have 5 tiles left, I just realized by using my eyes. So hopefully in the next rotation we can get what we need, and we're not going to reach here or anything, but we will keep a hidden Tenpai just in case. But yeah, let's hope. We either need... it's not what we wanted. Not really what we wanted. Ooh, they're waiting too. Yeah, not really great. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, ooh, that would have been bad if we did that then. We were really good by, you know, remaining studious with that Green Dragon in our hands. We held firm with our beliefs. Without a doubt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all. 7. Get rid of the South Wind. I don't gaff, man. I don't care. We'll probably get rid of North Wind next. I thought about going for 13 orphans, but it's just not. It's not my time. Oh, we could have had 9 orphans. We could have 9 of the 13. We're practically already there. With a hand like that, we're already halfway there. We're off to the races, guys. Oh, good. No cheat. It's nice. Get rid of 9. We're clearing the orphans out of our hands. We're saying, back to the streets with you, boys. Back to the streets. Ooh, that's nice, though. Turn on the east one. That's pretty good. We have that in our hand. It's good stuff. It's good. It's good. Okay, I'm gonna be seeing, the movie Send Help tomorrow. So make sure the next time I stream, which will probably not be tomorrow because I'm gonna be working and I will also be seeing a movie afterwards. But maybe on Sunday I will. Probably guarantee Monday I will. But on either of those days, make sure to ask Riley, what were your thoughts on the movie Send Help by Sam Raimi, starring Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien. I think about seeing Mercy tomorrow or Sunday. Why? I know I'm, like, seeing Send Help, so I'm not really, like, one to talk about, like, what you do with your time, but it's, like, there's gotta be, like, better things going on in your life, man. There just has to be. We're one away from Tenpai. It's pretty good. It's pretty good stuff. I think that, obviously, when the next Red Dragon comes out, we're gonna pawn it. And then drop the 3 circles, go for a nice double-sided weight of some kind. Throw it on you. It looks funny. You know, I'll be so for real. I thought when I saw the trailer for that, I was like, that looks terrible. I don't really want to con for that. I'm a little scared. Alright, throw it on you. Reachy. Auto Reachy time. Yeah, pawn it. Throw down a red dragon. Be fearless. Be bold. Not what I need, but all good. Hope we can get a red dragon so we get some value out of this hand, but you know, a 6 won't be terrible. We're still getting value just because it's a... We are reaching, and we have 1 Dora tile, but, you know... Oh, we're going really fast. Everyone's playing so fast. Okay. Ooh, scary. Let's hold your breath. It's either that or Avatar 3 IMAX. Yeah, you know what? You know what? On second thought, go see Mercy, you know? Go check out Mercy. Come on. Guys, we're waiting. There we go. Yeah, cheat it. Be crazy. Oh, yeah, because they, that was the initial one. It was that 2 became a Dora tile. Oh, throwing out the Dora tile is crazy work. That's probably why they got them so stressed out. Okay. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Throw down the tile that I want. Be kind. We got 2 Riichis on the board, so we have a potential 2,000 points. Oh, no! That's so bad. Ow, ow. Okay. That's not the worst, but this one's gonna hurt a lot. Also not the worst. That could have been way worse, but that really scared me when I saw that. Oh, no. Oh, that gave me a heart attack. Holy. Okay, so I don't think we're going to win this game, but we can maybe shoot for, like, a 2nd or 3rd. That's what I'm hoping for in times like this. But you know what they say, never call yourself out. You're never out of it just yet. We still got a solid chance of winning. I believe in ourselves. I believe in the team that we've got assembled here at the Riley After Hours show. Bonk. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. A-ba-da-dum. A-da-da-dum. Dum, dum. Red Letter Muse made me want to watch Deep Space Nine. Dude, I am a really big Red Letter Media fan. I love those boys. I think they're great. But I'll say it, after watching them for so many years, they have never, a single time, never ever got me to be like, I want to check out Star Trek. Because it just looks boring. I'll say it. It just looks boring. Looks like it, you know, I'm just to say it doesn't look like it'd be my thing. Personally. I'm the opposite, Lamau. Really? They got you really into Star Trek? That's crazy. Star Trek's never interested me. It's fair enough. Doesn't look to be the most interesting show in the world. I think I'm like, not to say I'm like too old for sci-fi, but I think it's a thing where it's like I was such like a Star Wars kid growing up that it's like I'm just kind of like tired of it. You know, I'm a little burnt out from so much sci-fi. Get rid of you. And then hopefully we can get a 7 thing or so. Or just something. We can get maybe another 2, so we can throw down the 8. My dad's a big Star Trek fan. I don't particularly get it. Yeah, just it's like, you know, I understand why people like it. Like, they say, like, you know, it's cool that it has, like, a more, like, realistic and hopeful imagining of space or whatever. And, you know, it's a lot more, like, not realistic per se, but it's like, you know, it's a series where it's like, it's about a bunch of guys going across in space trying to be, like, cool dudes and, like, help out the universe and whatnot. But when I hear that, I'm like, that sounds so boring. That sounds so boring. Sci-fi is definitely on the way out. I don't think it's on, like, the way out, per se. I just think that it's, like... I just think there's not, you know, a lot of, I just don't think there's, you know, a lot of great stuff happening right now. It's not a great Riichi, to be honest. Or Conan? Give me some more points, please. Eastwind. Doesn't help me at all. Typing get boring easily, but unfortunately Destiny 2 players will always eat my helping of sci-fi slop. Yeah, I'm just not, like, I don't know. I don't know. Are you guys excited for The Mandalorian and Grogu? Just let me, I speak for everyone. I say we will be seated for The Mandalorian and Grogu. Oh, no. This is not looking great for us at all. All triplets half flush red 5. That's a manga. Okay. My dad's like, he's telling me how cute the Grogu puppet is. It's pretty cute. It's got Jabba the Hutt's kid in it, played by Jeremy Allen White. No, I'm not an extraction shooter gal, but it looks gas. No idea what you guys are talking about. Never played Destiny. I remember when I was a kid in elementary school, there were a group of guys who would like always play Destiny, and I remember we'd always make fun of them because we were like, dude, we're Xbox kids through and through, straight up. We're playing Black Ops 3. We clown this motherfucker. But on the Northwind. Oh my god, I think I'm gonna take night call and try going to bed after this. I'm tired, man. It's hitting me right now because I'm just trying to, like, you know, I'm on stream, I'm trying to be active and entertaining, but I'm really fucking, I feel like my brain is cooked today. Guys, shout out to me. I made the brave choice. I deleted YouTube off my phone. I decided enough is enough. Because I spend too much time on my phone, and I really need to, you know, make a change for my mental health, because I think that it's decroding my life as a whole. I feel like my life is crumbling around me. I feel like I'm getting too much dopamine at all times. And I think that I'm really trying to cut back on how much time I spend on my phone, because I feel like it's destroying my life, and I feel like I'm less of a human being. Sorry to get real sad and more real in the Twitch stream, but, you know, it's really been eating me up lately. So I decided, you know, in a moment of clarity that I had today, I was like, no more YouTube. So we're gonna see how long that lasts. I hope it can last long, because, you know, it's only I got rid of Instagram this year too, and it's not like I've really been like yearning to go back to that. And I did that with Twitter the year before, and I wasn't really yearning to do that either. But I think with YouTube it's just so much harder, because like I spend way more of my time on YouTube than I do on either one of those apps combined, and I you know, it's not great. It's not great, let me tell you. Get rid of the Red Dragon. And then get rid of the 3 of Bam, and then we'll hopefully we'll get a 1 or a 4, so we don't have to just single tile York for the Dora. I'm the same, and then Leo complains I don't see his Zeets. Well, what Leo does now... Oh, fuck me, man. What Leo does with me, at least... Oh, it's a full flush. Oh, no. Yeah, we're out of the game. That's it. GG's. My phone let me delete YouTube. Oh, let me delete YouTube. Oh, yeah, you guys are watching on YouTube. Well, of course, you gotta watch the Riley. Oh, my God, that basically just, like, destroyed our entire last win. You gotta watch the Riley after our stream. That's the one exception where YouTube is okay. But I just, like, you know, it hurts my head. We're gonna go to the after hours real quick. I don't really feel like doing much of a, for the rest of this, I don't feel like doing much of a mahjong thing, and we're only gonna stay live for another 10 minutes. So let's just, no, we don't have to switch to mahjong. So if people come in, they're like, they're mad that this isn't the thing, then whatever. And yeah. Anyways, let's quit out of Mahjong Soul real quick. I would like to quit out of Mahjong Soul, please. Thank you. But yeah, you know, I'm not, you know, it's been controlling too much of my life for a very long time in my life. And I feel like it's going to be really hard. Because YouTube is definitely my primary source of entertainment. And my primary dopamine intake comes from YouTube and stuff. And I just don't feel like it's, like, valuable to me. Like, I feel like I'm not really getting anything from YouTube that's making me, like, feel better as, like, a human being, you know? Like, I feel like I'm I feel like I'm decroding, you know? I feel like I'm like my brain is melting in real time, and I feel like I have a time like remembering things and a hard time like processing information and keeping interested in things because I just feel like it's and I feel like the culprit that is clearly there is the amount of time that I spend on my phone and the amount of information I process at any given time, and it's like I just don't want it anymore. I can't take it. So we're getting it out of there, and we're gonna try to be reborn into a beautiful butterfly. Hopefully, of course, hopefully, we'll have to see. I'm hoping for the best though, personally. And yeah, and then yeah, I don't know. It's just not really trying to just be a little bit better about it and stuff. But we'll see how that goes. I'm kind of wanting to like say it on stream, of course, just so I can like hopefully have people who will like be on my ass about it, you know. So then it mentally encourages me to be like, oh, I can't let go of, I can't fall back because then I'll be disappointing people. But it kind of like really set in my mind of like how much time I spent on YouTube when I saw that I was canceling my YouTube Premium membership, and I saw that it gives you a thing where it talks about like the amount of time that you've saved without watching ads and how much YouTube you were able to watch because of it. And it was like almost like 400 hours. And I didn't really get YouTube Premium that long ago. I got YouTube Premium like maybe like a month ago. And it's like, damn, like I'm really like just like wasting my life away, you know? And I'm not like one of those people that thinks that like every avenue of my life should be optimized at all times. Again, like, I still like play video games on my computer, and like, I'll still like, I don't like go to the gym or anything. Like I'm not like working out, and I don't always eat the healthiest, but I do feel like it's like, I'm young and I feel like I'm deteriorating mentally. And I think, I should not have that happen at such a young age in my life. In my personal opinion. And again, I'm not trying to like speak objectively and be like, this is a problem that is striking everyone and everyone should be just like me, because I can't speak for everyone else. But at least with me and the way that, I engage with that and stuff, it's just not healthy for me. So I'm trying to do it for myself, and whatnot. In part of that, which, this is when I delete Instagram. These are my things I've done. My things I've done is obviously I've gotten to playing mahjong. Mahjong's really fun. I play mahjong a lot. Not like a lot, but, probably for like an hour a day I play mahjong. And I've been reading a book. I've been reading a book called 26 Seconds. It's a biography on Abraham Zapruder, aka the guy who shot the Zapruder film. It's been a real interesting read. I've been enjoying it. And I want to get into watching more movies. I've got a few movies left that I haven't watched in 2025. Let me go to my Letterboxd real quick. Let me check. Let me check. Let's go to Letterboxd. Letterboxd Larry, what exactly do we have? What list do we have? I would like to go to my list, please. No, not all list ever. I want to go to Riley's list. There we go. List. Let's go to my 2025 movies to watch list. I need to watch... I remember earlier in the year there was a trailer for a movie called Seven Veils starring Amanda Seyfried, and I thought that looked really cool. I'm trying to go to the library more. That's awesome, man. I need to watch a movie called Psychotherapy. There's a trailer for a movie in December of 2024 called Armand, and it looked interesting. It was supposed to come out in 2025, but it didn't get a release near me. Sacramento, the one with Michael Cera and Kristen Stewart, that looks good. Jay Kelly, everyone's hating on Jay Kelly, but I like Noah Baumbach, so I'll give him a chance to see it. Urchin looks good. It was just an accident I really want to see. That one's just been been playing nowhere, so I've been having a hard time seeing it. Left-Handed Girl, I heard, was good at Cannes. I want to watch the new Linklater movie about Godard. It's about Godard. It's about the guy who made Breathless. and it's about the making of Breathless. But I want to watch it, but at the same time, I haven't seen Breathless, so I feel like I need to watch Breathless first so I can watch the movie about making Breathless. There is a gay movie that I saw on my movie subscription called Vietnam, and it looked really good. And then another movie called Ballad of a Small Player, which apparently people didn't really like that much, but you know, it's on the watch list, so whatever. And then I really need to watch If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. But then obviously the two that are added there now is I need to watch F1, I need to watch fucking F1 and the other one, Train Dreams. This is gonna sound so autistic, but I've been reading this book about the sailing ship Columbia, which is the ship at Disneyland is a replica of. Oh, okay. Well, okay. Are you reading it because you like boats, or are you reading it because of the fact that Disneyland has a replica of that boat? This is very important. Very, very important. The second. Okay, yeah, so that is a little autistic, but it's okay, you know. He autistic, but he alright. We still like him. 2026 is looking like a fun year for movies, I'll say it. And yeah, and also I really need to get back into watching my physical movies that I own, because I have only watched 63% of them, and that's really bad because I have like so many movies, but I really need to get back to watching them. I will say though, it is 63% because of the fact that a lot of the movies on the list, in fact, I would go as far as to say I think around like almost half of the movies are from my giant Ingmar Bergman collection. And yeah, will you be watching How to Make a Killing? Yeah, I like Margaret Qualley. And I like Glenn Powell. That's my hot take. I was a guy who I saw him in Top Gun Maverick, and I was like, this guy's cool. And I watched the next movie I saw him in was Hitman, and I liked Hitman. I think Hitman was cute. And then I watched Running Man, and I thought it was really bad. But I think he's charming. I just don't. My thing with Glenn Powell, and it will really be set in stone with this movie, is I don't know if Glenn Powell has what it takes to be a leading man, because I think that he's really good at playing like an asshole side character, because he's just like so like condescending, I guess. But like people say he's like the next Tom Cruise, but the problem is that Tom Cruise is a guy who at least can like act like a human being. Glenn, which is ironic because I know a lot of people think that, you know, Tom Cruise is a very like subhuman guy, but Glenn Powell is a guy who's like he's so mad like all the time. He's always like I'm real annoyed right now, and it's like I just think it's like that's not really a very charismatic trait to have. Like he has the look of a leading man, but I don't know if he has like the traits of a leading man, because he's just always so negative like all the time, and it's like, bro, like fucking smile. Anyways, that is all for the stream tonight. I'm going to call it quits because we are at our 2-hour mark, and again I have a really big headache. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. I hope you all enjoyed the excellent mahjong gameplay. I'm glad that we got to Adept. Sad that we had to end on a loss, but you know, it is what it is. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of your night. Again, make sure to like the stream so that, you know, we can get more people coming into the streams next time. Make sure to drop a subscription on YouTube if you have not already. Make sure to follow on Twitch, and if you choose to do so, drop a sub on there.